Hi everyone, it's Sunday, February 4th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. Starting with the United States again, the steer market is still weak after good sales the previous week. Most selections are under pressure, and it doesn't seem like that's going to change in the next couple of weeks because the Lunar New Year break has essentially started for most customers. Heavy Texas steers, while trading that was reported was very thin, once again managed to stay at steady levels, which is $22 for seasonal averages. Cows are steady, and that's after some edged up by 50 cents last week. Looking at combined export sales for the period ending January 25th, they came in at a whopping 718,000. Combined shipments, however, were down 9% from the previous week at 512,900. Estimated slaughter for the week ending yesterday, February 3rd, was 636,000, and that's 3% more than last week. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says that in Italy, actually many tanneries are closing on Mondays to cut costs because they just don't have enough work. And he notes that in Slovenia at Slovtan, there are mass layoffs with hundreds of people losing their jobs. Looking at the British market, production is low and most everything is spoken for. Prices are unchanged, with the 36 plus selling at 84 cents sterling per kilo to the EU. In Ireland, prices are actually a little higher at 93 cents in euros to €1 and 2 cents per kilo. And we have to note that the sales to China that were made were at the higher end of that range. For European bulls, heavy bulls slipped a little, but the situation could be even worse given the poor demand right now. Moreover, tanneries are buying little. Still, sellers aren't changing the reference prices. So for North German bulls, they're at 40 to 49 kilos. It's still at 95 cents in euros. And South German prices are also steady. And all we can say is at least supply is low for the time being. European cows have been selling well in China. Prices are stable overall again, except for a couple of cents more for certain selections, but it's not anything to get excited about. For veal skins, only the top grades for luxury are holding on to higher prices. And in his analysis this week, Andrea dissects the increasingly difficult situation in Europe and looks at how the region is becoming less and less competitive globally. From South America, editor Ronald Guial reports that the average price of fresh hides ended up just 1 cent higher at 86 cents per kilo in reals, and the reference price of TR1 is still unchanged at 65 cents per square foot. In Argentina, prices also remain unchanged. In other news from Brazil, JBS's Brazil Green Offices program helped 8,000 farms with sustainability. Also in Brazil, entities have signed a manifesto against the tax exemption for international sales platforms that come in under a certain amount on sales to people. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's new Quota Simple purchasing program replaces the Now 12 program that was meant to stimulate consumer sales. Fila expands to the Chilean market, and in Uruguay, the push against the Minerva and Marfrig purchases of frigorificos has been reactivated. That is all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.